Welcome back to the fog-drenched, chilling world of the Sachunni. If you've been following our breakdown of this incredible story, you know things have been, well, rapidly escalating. Today, we're dissecting part 3. And honestly, this is exactly where the mystery deepens, the lore expands, and the true horror finally reveals itself.
I want you to just picture this for a second. You're fast asleep in your bed. The clock strikes exactly midnight. Suddenly, your phone rings. You glance at the screen and there's absolutely no caller ID. You cautiously pick it up and instead of a voice saying hello, you just hear the eerie, rhythmic tung-tung sound of glass bangles. And then, a trembling whispered plea. Find the truth. That is exactly the terrifying reality our protagonist, Rahul, is facing at the start of this chapter.
Section 1. The Midnight Mystery. A chilling call.
So, let's dive into this investigation by looking at the inciting incident. Right away, we know these aren't just random prank calls. Every single night, right at midnight, Rahul gets these calls. No number, just that unmistakable, chilling tung-tung of the bangles. And these recurring interruptions really push Rahul to a terrifying realization. The encounter he barely survived earlier? Yeah, it was absolutely not the end. The ghost story was far from over. She wasn't just haunting him anymore. She was actively, desperately calling out to him.
Section 2. The 30-Year-Old Truth. Nabin Dadu's Tale.
To actually understand the lore, Rahul makes the smartest move a horror protagonist can literally make. He seeks out the village elder, Nabin Dadu. And Nabin reveals a deeply tragic 30-year-old betrayal. 3 decades ago, a young woman was forced to marry the local zamandar's son, even though she loved someone else. Then, on this violently stormy night, she was brutally murdered. The motive? Pure, unadulterated greed for property. The morning after the storm, they secretly buried her body out in the bamboo grove and fed the village a massive lie, claiming she had just run away. Fast forward to the present day, and it's this exact dark, covered-up history that Rahul is digging into.
Section 3. The Bamboo Grove Diary. Unearthing the Past.
With all that historical context established, Rahul heads right back into the belly of the beast, the terrifying bamboo grove itself. Following his incredibly courageous steps, he takes the lore he just learned and under the cover of darkness returns to the grove. Suddenly, this impossibly dense fog rolls in. The bamboo stalks begin shaking wildly, like they're being thrashed by invisible hands. And then, a violent, sudden earthquake hits right there in the grove, literally unearthing an old, rusted iron safe from the dirt.
Now, this moment brilliantly illustrates a huge shift in our narrative. Think back to the previous encounters. The Sachini was this terrifying, vengeful, monstrous presence, right? But during this fog encounter in the bamboo grove, she appears in her red sari, but her demeanor is completely different. She is showing deep sorrow. She's actually crying and pleading. The ghost isn't just a monster to fear anymore. We are finally seeing her clearly as a tragic victim, desperately seeking justice for what was done to her 30 years ago.
Through her tears, she gives Rahul a heartbreaking, chilling message. My murderer's descendants are still in this village. Until the truth is revealed, my soul will not be free. Just pause and think about the sheer weight of that for a second. The bloodline of her killers is still walking around, living perfectly normal lives in this very village while she has been trapped in the dark for 3 decades. That right there is her ultimate motivation.
So, how exactly does she get that justice? Let's go back to that earthquake. The ground literally splits wide open, and that old iron safe emerges right in front of Rahul. He forces the rusted hinges open, and inside lies a hidden, heavily weathered diary. This diary is the ultimate smoking gun. It details absolutely every horrific event of the night of the murder, completely exposing the sheer greed and brutal betrayal of the Zimadar's family. And Rahul doesn't just quietly pocket it. Oh no. The very next day, this diary is read out loud to the entire village, a 30-year-old rock-solid cover-up just blown wide open in a single afternoon.
Section 4. The Soul's Liberation. Peace at Last.
Following this massive public revelation, the village immediately takes action to right these horrific wrongs of the past.
That very night, the villagers gather at the local temple to pray for her soul. As the prayers conclude, the strange ethereal light just spreads across the entire area. Over in the distance, standing by the bamboo grove, the red sari-clad woman appears one last time. But she isn't crying anymore. She offers a gentle, peaceful smile. She holds up her hands, showing her glass bangles one last time, and slowly dissolves into the fog. The truth is finally out. The village has acknowledged her pain. Her soul is at long last liberated.
Section 5. A new twist. The story continues.
Now, at this point, everyone in the village thought the nightmare was over for good. But, in true serialized horror fashion, this story was just waiting to pull the rug right out from under us. Just as the dust is settling, Rahul's phone buzzes. It's a brand new text message. He looks down at the screen, and the words practically freeze the blood in his veins. I am free, but I was not alone in the bamboo grove.
Rahul slowly looks up from his phone screen, peering out into the darkness, and staring right back at him are two glowing red eyes. Then he hears it again. Dung, dung, tong. Which brings us to the ultimate terrifying question. If the bride's soul is truly free, who or what is still hiding in that bamboo grove with those glowing red eyes? What else was buried in that dark, twisted past? It seems this midnight mystery is only just beginning, and I for sure cannot wait to see what happens next. Can you?